If I Were a Hawk by Claire Bevan. If I were a hawk, I'd circle and stalk. If I were a toad, I'd waddle and walk. If I were a panther, I'd prowl and I'd pace. If I were a zebra, I'd rear and I'd race. If I were a seagull, I'd soar and I'd sail. If I were a slug, I'd trudge and I'd trail. If I were a snake, I'd slide and I'd sliver. If I were a sloth, I'd doze and I'd diver. If I were a hippo, I'd trundle and tramp. If I were a rhino, I'd stumble and stamp. If I were a firefly, I'd dart and I'd dance. If I were a pony, I'd plunge and I'd prance. If I were a swordfish, I'd spin and I'd spike. But as I'm just me, I'll ride on my bike.